Just on the topic here that Senator Kennedy is leaving us on, I can't help but reflect on this. Now, I'm not a judge, and I do not play one on TV. But as a member of this body, sometimes we can speak to leadership and the need for institutions to reform. And sometimes it is strategic and effective to leave an institution and try to change it from the outside. Sometimes it is imperative to remain within an institution and change it from the inside. There's no right, wrong, good, bad, just different ways to approach it. That's not a question, that's just a statement, unless you care to comment, but actually have a comment that would be constructive for the deliberation of the committee. I understand that several of my colleagues have raised questions earlier in the hearing about a case, United States versus Carpentino. And so for the record and for clarification, I want to ask this. As the prosecutor in the case, what sentence did you ask for and what did the judge ultimately impose?
My belief is that we asked for 405 months, which is well beyond 30 years. And I think the judge imposed 384, I believe, but it was slightly lower, I remember, than what we asked for.
So your involvement in the case is a question/concern for some of my colleagues. And so to make sure I understood you clearly, you asked for a higher sentence than what was ultimately imposed. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. Very helpful. Now, my other question is important. I ask it of all the nominees that come before this committee, and in some ways is building on a question that Senator Blumenthal asked earlier about law clerks. I have come to appreciate how a federal clerkship is a fantastic starting point for a legal career, one that helps young lawyers to excel and often forms the basis of serving the top ranks of the nation's legal profession, whether it's in the judiciary, whether it's in private practice, whether it's elsewhere. But far too often, women and minority law students are not chosen for federal clerkships, despite having comparable, sometimes more than just competitive credentials and skills. You answered Senator Blumenthal's question about what you would do to help diversify the clerks should you be fortunate enough to be confirmed. But can you just take a moment and explain to me why you think it's important, why you value diversity in the courtroom and in the field?
So you provided, I think, one of the answers, I think, which I completely agree with, which is opportunity. Certainly an opportunity for me. It's been an opportunity for many other people that I know, and it's a pathway that I want to make available to as many people as possible. That's one, but there's a selfish side to it. Part of this job I'm really looking forward to is the dynamic of my chambers and talking with young people about interesting legal topics. And those conversations are more interesting if you have people who have done different things and been different places and have different backgrounds. And so that's the dynamic I want to have. And diversity is part of that. And so it's both to help the clerk, who I hope to mentor through their career, that's certainly part of it, but it's also for me to have that dynamic environment that I hope to have.
So I appreciate that answer. And just in closing, we'll also share that big picture, it improves public confidence in the judiciary. When the judiciary more comprehensively, not just who's sitting on the bench, but more comprehensively reflects the diverse nation that it serves. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ephraim, for appearing before us. We will possibly send you some written questions, which we hope you can answer on a timely basis. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now I ask the second panel to approach the table.